Well, we're in Havelock here, just about 25 minutes north of Blenheim, and we weren't probably quite in the heart of the recent flood events, but it's certainly been a major event for us. Probably the biggest thing I'd say is just all the support we get from all sorts of people. Some of them don't have any rural affiliations at all, but the general community, and there's been pretty good media coverage about it, and people that are offering up livestock feed, and we had a student volunteer army from Lincoln that came up, and I didn't even know they were coming. I just got a text at 7:30 in the morning saying that they were coming to clean our fences, and it kind of seemed non-negotiable. So they were brilliant. They just, people that I'd never met before come and help us out. So we've lost about 61 hectares of flats, which most of that I think will recover in time, hopefully before Christmas, to be able to stock it again. We're pretty fortunate that we have grown a bit of grass, so we're feed-wise going to get through pretty well, I think. But there's a lot of farmers out there that are been absolutely nailed, and to have people from all over the show that you didn't even know were thinking about you show up to help out and offer a hand is pretty amazing. So,
and what's been your attitude and approach to it, Freddy?
Well, we seem to be, where we are, we seem to be getting wetter with global warming, and floods are more and more common. And so it's constantly, it's finding silver linings and things, and I think that's a bit of a skill in itself. It sounds cheesy, but being thankful for what you have, and rather than focusing on what you've lost or what you don't have, because you're still really fortunate in our position. And as far as the practical side of things, it's finding long-term solutions to be able to deal with these events that are going to happen more often, so that we don't keep having to put our hand out and asking for help as often. But it's heartening to know that whenever we do need help, there's people there, and farmers have long memories, so everyone that's been helped out from this flood, I bet you'll be the first to put their hands up to help elsewhere if Canterbury or Gisborne or any of those sort of recently flood affected areas, if that happens again, or wherever, we'll be the first to hop in our vehicles and head down or up.
It's good
to help them. But just staying positive as best you can, and being able to ask for help, because we're not that good at it sometimes, and it's overall it's been a pretty cool process to be able to get through with all the help that we've had, really.
And this is the second time it's flooded since you've had the farmers.
Well, it's the second major flood we've had. So we've only owned this property since the 9th of July last year, and on the 18th of July we had one of the biggest floods on record here 9 days into our tenure, which actually had a bit more water in it than this flood, but doesn't diminish how major the event is this time around either. It's just one of those things. But you don't want to complain about it. We farm in the environment, and we have to cop what it gives us. So you can't be negative about it, really. In my view, at least, you have to try and find ways of having a resilient but adaptable system, and we play around with our stocking rates at certain times of the year to lessen the blow of the flood in the winter, or lessen the hurt from a drought in the summer. So there's all sorts of strategies, but we've been probably a wee bit unlucky. Two real humdingers in 2 years. But
and what are you what takes up the time and the clean-up? What are you spending the time on?
Everything, really. I spend the most of my time in our digger, cleaning out culverts and redoing tracks and clearing slips and things. But most of the student help and stuff we get, they do most of the fence tidying up. We do a bit ourselves, but it's really a many hands makes light work sort of approach. It's quite easy work to do when there's a good team of you. So we'll have another wee clean up with some friends and stuff in the next couple of weeks, and have a barbecue and some beers afterwards and a bit of a catch up. But yeah, it's a real sort of a team thing.
Yeah, it's good. Like you say, there's a silver line and everything. So might be the barbecue and the beers, but that's
Could
good.
be. Yep, looking forward to them.
Good.
But yeah.